name's Maria, but everyone calls me Mia. What's your name?
I'm Harrison.
With Inescapable, No Rules, No Rescue, we've been seeing quite a resurgence of Danganronpa-esque titles this year, haven't we? Well, not that I'm complaining, because I love the series and admire any developer who's willing to take on the mantle and attempt to put their own spin on it. I recently had the opportunity to play a short demo of this upcoming death game to learn more about its unique systems and characters. Before we get into the preview, we'd like to thank our Patreon supporters for making this possible. Please take a second to check out patreon.com/noisypixel to support independent game journalism.
Ha! All right!
Inescapable, No Rules, No Rescue begins with Harrison, a college dropout from London, who enters on a bus in order to meet with his friends. However, someone drops sleeping gas and knocks out all 11 passengers inside. Sounds familiar. After a few hours, he finds himself inside a container, and not long after getting out, he discovers that all of the participants have been taken to a remote island resort in the middle of nowhere. All the participants then receive a call from Naima and Naomi, the two masterminds behind their abduction. The objective is simple: survive for 6 months, and a cash prize of 500,000 European euros and your freedom is guaranteed. The keyword is survive, because in this island resort there are no rules, but also no way to call for a rescue team. Hence the clever subtitle of the game. There is a catch, however, because while the rescue is not an option, they'll be under constant surveillance, with the entire world watching them, and if they aren't entertaining enough, the participants will suffer some strange consequences. The characters are all varied in personalities, but also countries. You have quite the unique crew besides Harrison. There's an Italian chef, a Dutch cyclist, an influencer from Estonia, a Swedish maid who refers to herself in the third person, a car mechanic from Portugal, an eccentric jeweler from Norway, a rich girl from France, a kind girl from Germany, and finally a Finnish chemist and a non-binary engineer, while everything about them is unknown. Because they're from different countries, one of their traits is that you'll sometimes hear them talking in their native language, which, as someone who knows some random words from all sorts of languages myself, found extremely amusing. However, I can already see many players being like Harrison, unable to understand half of the words that are being spoken. It seems the voice actors are also native to their own countries, at least to my ear, and it has to be perhaps one of the most colorful casts I've ever seen for a game in recent memory. Personally, the whole premise of the game makes me feel like the developers took the puzzles from Zero Escape, mixed a bit of Danganronpa essence, and this was the result. Unfortunately, the demo was cut very short, clocking in at about 2 hours. While it does set the mood a bit and introduce the characters, it just feels like I've only scratched the surface of the big picture. Still, while the demo was very short, it offered an interesting sneak peek of what could possibly happen later in the narrative of Inescapable. The colorful cast, combined with what the narrative seems to be, left me invested in the overall plot, especially since things will really heat up by the end of the demo. If you're interested in playing the demo version as well, it will be available on Steam Next Fest starting June 19th through June 26th. Inescapable, No Rules, No Rescue is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam in fall 2023. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all of our future content.
Noisy Pixel.